Hello everyone, welcome to the Drone Wars. I believe this is episode 4 now. So I'm going to go ahead and do a review of what happened last week, or at least the things that are interesting on the board. So from what I recall, the yellow fleet over here got even more split in half. They decided to spread out, but they're completely split into two different empires here. They could reconnect if they took that planet, but right now they are divided by the Great Red Sun Empire. Jonfield Technologies basically reinforced a little fortress in the corner over there. Don't know exactly what they're going to do with that. The Federation here decided to start spreading to the left, so that's interesting. Rogue Shipyards down here in the corner, they decided to spread upwards towards the Federation, and of course, their shipyard right next to the Pirate Empire's Homeworld was attacked, but that attack failed spectacularly. Down here, Delta Shipyards attempted to attack the Pirate Empire and failed spectacularly as well. So there's some interesting battles going on over here. Yeah, we're gonna see what happens here. I'm interested in seeing if the new Galactic Alliance is going to retaliate against the invaders over here, or if they're going to spread even further. We're gonna see if Jonfield Technologies decides to expand out from their little enclave over there. We're also going to see what happens with the conflicts going on down here. Either they're going to continue or the factions might spread out a bit more and try to take over more of the map. Also, we're going to see if any of the factions spread out into the middle quadrants here. So I'll go ahead and return either when a conflict arises or when something interesting happens, alright? So I'll cut to that. Alright, welcome back everyone. So an interesting development happened right off the bat. So the new Galactic Alliance here with their fractured empire, they completely don't have a shipyard, so they're unable to build anything. They've decided to move one of their fleets, specifically their third fleet, back to their homeworld to recapture it. So if we go over here, we can see that the two fleets that are going to be battling is, of course, the fleet of freighters here versus a corvette fleet. Which is going to be rather interesting. I'm going to go ahead and quickly type up exactly what's going to happen here. Let's see, fleet 1. Give me a moment. Versus fleet 3. Alright. And we're going to try to figure out what kind of battles it's going to become. So if we go back here, I believe there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different types of battles. We're going to go ahead and roll randomly to see which battle it's going to become. It's going to become the first kind of battle, a team deathmatch. So all the ships are going to be spawned in at once, and we're going to see what happens. Now, in order to make this work, I'm going to need to, well, first of all, create a faction real quick. Just a temporary faction, doesn't really matter. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to propose peace to this faction over here, just temporarily. Alright, so it's going to be a team deathmatch on the Moon Ice Hills. So I'll see you guys there at that location. I'm going to go sip the battle. Alright everyone, we are here on the icy moon. So this is where the battle's going to take place, just here in this crater full of ice. Let's go take a look at the two teams that are going to be battling here. So here is the yellow fleet, consisting of 1 dark corvette, 3 raptor corvettes, and 1 light fighter. And then on the opposing team, the Great Red Sun Empire has sent 5 of their fighters. So it's going to be a very unique battle. I'm going to go ahead and begin, and let's see what happens. So immediately all these fighters begin moving towards the enemy. Very slowly but surely. Up and over here we can see all the corvettes rapidly moving in. And of course, their one fighter should be in the back of here, slowly moving in as well. The torpedo's been launched by that dart. If it hits, then one of those fighters is going to be surely obliterated. One fighter's been hit. Lots of cannon shots are going away. These fighters are deciding to go for a bit of a low strike here, while the corvettes are deciding to go up higher. We should turn on our signals here to see the ships moving in. These fighters definitely decided to go low to try to dodge some of those hits, but now they're starting to move in. Now they're going to begin firing their weapons. This entire area has become a light show. I think these fighters are trying to stay low so these corvettes hit the ground down there, and that could end up being fatal for them if they aren't careful. Yep, I think that's exactly what the fighters are trying to do. They're trying to stay close to the ground there so when the other ships would hit them. But it appears that still these fighters are not going to last very long. All the corvettes seem to have gone up, all the missiles are moving in. And it appears that that last fighter down there is slowly approaching. Oh, I think it is a complete victory for the yellow fleet down here. Even their small little fighter down here has survived. Alright, well, that basically wraps up the entire battle here. That was very, very short. So, I'll go back to the board and update everything that needs to be updated. Alright, we're back, and there's been an interesting development here. So, of course, some things to note. The new Galactic Alliance here has reconnected their empire, just wrap it around, and they got a shipyard back, so they're able to build more ships. That is something interesting. They've also decided to go ahead and build a much more powerful ship. They actually have their first cruiser now, so they are very, very dangerous. Now, the Federation over here, they decided to expand a little bit. They've also built their own cruiser. They have a very powerful fleet, but they've also decided to expand upwards, and they've cut off the Federation's chance at, avoiding conflict over here, going to this planet. Now, what's interesting is that Jonfield, they've decided to max out their fleets up to 5, and they just have 5 fleets of fighters, which is ridiculous, but they've decided to send one of their fleets over to try to take this world. Now, the unfortunate part is that the Federation not only has one of their fleets here, but they've turned this planet, the Trident Mountains planet, into a fortress world. So the invading fleet not only has to take out the defending fleet, but also has to take out the fortress if they want to successfully take over this planet. So we're going to see what happens here. First, we're going to do the battle of, the fleet versus the fleet, and then they have to take out the fortress afterwards. So we're going to see what kind of battles it becomes. Give me a moment. This is going to be a base assault battle, which is going to be interesting. I haven't done one of these yet. This is going to be a really unique battle. Alright, I'll see you guys there. Alright everyone, here we are at the Trident Mountains, and here is where the battle is going to take place. So as you can see here, we have 2 bases on the mountains here. We have the attacking base over here and the defending base over there. They are pretty much identical in every single way. Because both fleets are entirely fighters, and they consist of 5 fighters, I've done the math, and that means that one fighter is going to spawn from each base every 12 seconds. Now, there is going to be a timer in this battle for 30 minutes. If at any point one of the bases gets destroyed, then obviously that team loses. But of course, when time is up, the base with the most damage is the one that will lose. So we are going to see what happens here, alright? I'll go ahead and turn off my microphone. I'm going to go ahead and set up the battle here, and we're going to see how it goes. There's a lot of missiles in this battle, mostly from the sheer amount of fighters. There are fighters everywhere. Let's see how the other side over here is doing. Defending base still has shields. It's holding pretty strong. There's a handful of fighters going after it. Maybe I should have changed the amount to be a bit less. This might be a bit too many fighters. But I think it's pretty clear to see here that the attackers are not faring very well. They're spawning fighters from time to time, but they're just being completely annihilated by the enemy. I don't even think we need to do the full 30 minutes to see who's going to win this battle. I don't even think they're able to spawn the Inland fighters. They're just taking such an overwhelming amount of damage already. So I guess just to make sure my computer isn't blue screen from all this battle here, all these fighters spawning, I'm gonna go ahead and stop the battle here. I think it's pretty easy to see that the defenders are winning in this case, so I'll go ahead and update the thing. Alright everyone, welcome back. So we're going to go over exactly what happened this weekend. So we'll start with the Yellow Fleet over here. You can see that they did reconnect their empire up here, which is nice. although their territories are continuously getting pushed up by the Great Red Sun Empire here. So the new Galactic Alliance here is starting to struggle a bit. They went from being one of the most powerful to being under a lot of pressure. The Federation here has, of course, expanded up into this territory over here. Basically, they have blocked Jonfield Technologies into their corner. They've also focused on building some larger ships, so of course some cruisers have started being built. So that's something interesting to look forward to. Jonfield Technologies, they have attempted to capture this planet, but fails terribly. That was a very laggy battle. I'll probably revise how those battles work if they happen again. So Jonfield probably has only two options. They're either going to have to push into Federation territory down here, or they're going to have to push into the New Galactic Alliance territory over here. That is only if the Federation or the New Galactic Alliance leaves those undefended. Otherwise, a battle is going to have to happen, and Jonfield's not in a very good position to really defend themselves here. So that's going to be a bit of a struggle for them. Rogue Shipyards over here, they've focused more inwards. So they've been focusing on building up their fleets. They did max out their fleets, starting to make some more fleets. Yeah, just large ships, I believe. But yeah, they are just pushing up against their neighbors over here and over there. So they're either preparing for an invasion on both sides. They're not really focused on expanding into this unclaimed territory here. Now, Delta Shipyards, they have a bit of a struggle here, since the Powered Empire has basically defeated their invading fleet, and then they use that advantage to basically start cutting into their territory over here, which is not good. They're actually right next to their homeworld, which is not ideal. However, Delta Shipyards has focused inwards a little bit. They pushed up by one, and they've decided to make some more fleets. So they're just a little bit stronger. They are making some larger ships. They actually have their first battleship, so they're actually the first faction to make such a massive ship. So that's going to give them a gargantuan advantage against all the other factions, although they are very small right now. The Pirate Empire, as you can see here, has gotten a lot more powerful. They're actually in a pretty good spot, all things considered. I mean, they have plenty of empty territory they can expand into, and of course their neighbor over there is pretty much pushed against the corner. It's not ideal that the other empire over here is, they have a shipyard right next to their homeworld. However, they have this empty space here, and that's the only way they can really attack from, unless they have to expand through that way. So they're doing fine. And Pirate Empire also made their own battleship at their homeworld here. So, you know, if the Rogue Shipwrights decides that they do want to invade it, they're going to have to deal with that somehow. Now, going up here to look at the Great Red Sun Empire, they have been playing very aggressively from the start. They've been going after the New Galactic Alliance pretty much relentlessly. They decided to move their fleets around towards the enemy, so of course their fleets are getting closer. And they decided to build another fleet with their first corvette, so they are starting to get stronger in that front. In the next episode, we'll see what happens. The Blue Fleet is the first faction to actually start taking over these central territories here that are completely unclaimed. So I'm really curious as to what's going to happen there. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video. Alright, take care.